It is day 6 of the self quarantine here in Los Angeles. What I did today was I went to Costco, not knowing what to expect because I really needed cleaning supplies to disinfect anything that I can in this house. And I was actually lucky enough to find a Costco that didn't have a long line. It was actually pretty manageable. Everybody was respectful. While you were actually waiting to get into the store, they were sanitizing all the carts. And right immediately when you're going inside, it already gives you a sign telling you what's in stock and what's not in stock. So I went all the way in the back and asked, the clerks and the cashiers there if there was any Clorox wipes, and there actually was. But I was one of the lucky ones to actually find one of the last packets, because when you're walking there, you're just seeing nothing but empty space, and limit one per customer as well, because they want to minimize the panic buying and also minimize the scalpers as well, because you're noticing that they're putting cleaning supplies on eBay and Amazon for outrageous prices. And what's also nice is that Costco is actually making sure that if anyone is panic buying and buying more than they should, and then let's say that this pandemic is over, there is no chance for them to return those items. So they lose that money, they reap what they sow, and I commend them on that. So that'll prevent people from panic buying and from, scalping people. While I was there, I was noticing also people were stacking up a lot of supplies. There was a couple of things that were scarce, and you were noticing that now they're putting a limit on what you can buy. You couldn't buy everything that you wanted because they want to make sure everyone has a chance, to purchase an item that they need. Um, if it's food, non-perishable, so on like that. And it was insane just seeing how calm it was, but it was really nice. And then when we were going out, I was just looking at the long line, but people were actually respectful. They were okay. And just the different carts of people. Everyone had the same thing. They had water, they had Clorox wipes, and then they had some sort of food. But those were like the two things that they had: the Clorox wipes, um, and the water, because those were the things that they
So we're
needed.
right here at Costco. Actually, it was pretty organized. It wasn't that bad. Everybody was, getting along. We already knew what was in stock, what was in not stock, but we were able to get the essentials. We were able to get the Clorox wipes right here. We were actually one of the last people to get it, and now they're implementing the one bag rule, meaning that you can only get one bag of water. So, you know, glory to God that we were able to get all this stuff, so we can start planning for the weeks ahead.
But I also wanted to say that for people who are using the gloves, it's okay, you can use them, but don't throw them away on the floor. That is even more of a risk, because now you are contaminating anyone who touches it. Just throw it in the garbage bin, all right? It's not that hard. Yes, you want to protect yourself. Yes, you don't want to touch it, but if you're going to throw the gloves, at least have the decency to throw it in the bin, all right? Just a little, you know, update on that for people so they know. In a news conference today, the governor of California basically issued a new executive order, the stay home order, basically telling all of the California residents to stay home, to not leave their house, to not congregate more than 10 people, and that if you need to get something, like an essential supply to the grocery store, then you may go, but then you have to return back, because they want to minimize the coronavirus outbreak so it can, decrease the number of cases that is going on a daily basis. And later on, the mayor of Los Angeles basically echoed the same thing. And they also added that all essential businesses will still be open. So we're still talking about the groceries, the post office, the gas station, the pharmacies, and other things like that. So if you don't fall under the category of essential services, that also takes a hit on your business as well. And I hope that us Los Angelinos and other people in California, even here around the United States as well, if you know that a family-owned restaurant is offering like takeout or delivery, please order from them because they're the ones who are suffering so much right now because they have no other choice than to wait for your orders and to see how long this could take because the longer it takes, the more of the hit. All the other big businesses, like like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Norm's, Denny's, IHOP, like just to name a few, like the big chains, they're not going to take a hit a lot. They have a lot of money, for their employees. They're fine. But for small businesses, that is going to be the one that's going to take the biggest hit because they don't have that big money. They only have a private family business. So hopefully all of us can do our part. And if you do get a delivery and the delivery person does come in, give them an extra tip because they are living on tips as well. So let's do our part as well. I also wanted to give a shout out to three types of people who are also combating the coronavirus that a lot of people are not, giving thanks to them, the unsung heroes. One of the first unsung heroes are the delivery workers, so the people that work on UPS, FedEx, even the food delivery services like Uber Eats. Those guys are the ones who are making sure that you get your items delivered in a timely basis and then you get it without you leaving your house. So they're the ones doing the dangerous work, exposing themselves maybe to the coronavirus if they're not protected, but they're doing everything possible to make sure they are protected. But they are putting their lives on the line to make sure that you get fed, that you get the item that you need, your essential items. So I commend you for doing a great job on that during this tough time. The second unsung hero are the sanitation workers, right? Just this past Tuesday, basically the sanitation workers picked up my recyclables, picked up the trash, and also yesterday they did the street sweep. So they're still working night and day, but they're the ones also kind of making sure that we don't have, trash lying around and piles up. So I commend you guys for doing, one of the biggest jobs right now. And third and final, the other unsung hero are the people who are working on the fields, the people who are picking the vegetables, the fruits, the meats that they are, butchering. Those guys are basically in the front lines while making sure that our food is safe to eat, that it's coronavirus free under tough conditions. They are basically being paid pennies, right? And also, even though a lot of them are undocumented workers, right? They are true Americans in my eyes because they're the ones who are making sure that they put food on your table, that you don't get hungry, and that you guys, basically get the fruits of their labor as well. So you have to thank them one way or another, and they're actually ill-equipped, most of them. They don't have protective gear, but yet they're doing the best they can with what they have. So I commend you guys, everyone that's working on the field, who are doing a good job. Muy orgulloso a ustedes. Gracias por darlos el pan de cada día, toda la comida que necesitamos, mi pueblano latino. Gracias. So just a shout out to all my Latin American brothers and sisters who are working there. And lastly, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who is sharing positivity around them, to their family, to their friends, to their neighbors. All of us are in this together, and I know with that positive mindset, with that determination, we will endure, we will survive, and we will see that sunrise. We will see that light that's going to shine bright through this darkness. And I know with that, everything will be fine.